Hey, thanks for coming back. This is video 2 of my Butterbox Junk Journal, and if you missed the first video, I will link it down below. It's going to be part of a playlist until I get this little guy made. I am essentially using the shell of a Butterbox to make a very small junk journal using all of my scraps. Here you see me going through my map pages because that's what I decided I wanted for the front of the journal was the map page. I actually had chosen a map page of Australia first and went through all of the process of making that cover, and whenever it got time to add my signatures to it, I realized I had only put in 2 eyelets for 1 signature when I needed 4 eyelets for 2 signatures. So I had to stop that one and I had to start over, and that's when I chose this map of the United States here. Just like in the first video, this orange and black thing here that I'm using is actually a card detailer tool. It is what they use to put the film, I can never remember what that stuff's called. The tinting film on the insides of car windows. The orange side of it is like a felt material. It's very, very soft and smooth, so that if I have paper like this matte paper, you're going to see here whenever I start bending it, it is just cracking all over the place because it's so old, which I don't mind so much because what I make, I try to make look vintage anyway, and I honestly feel like a cracking paper, I mean, what could be more vintage than that, for real? So I'm using my Tombow glue here. I have 4 of these teeny weeny little magnets that I'm putting just under the map page on the cover of this Butterbox journal. And you're going to see why later on. I kind of have an idea in my mind of what I want to do with this. So I'm attaching those magnets there, and the Tombow's glue seems like it really holds them well. So portions of this, I'm just going to be quiet and let you watch what's on the screen, because I don't think I have to describe everything I'm doing. There's those little teeny weeny magnets, and I'll let you just kind of watch as I finish the front cover, and then I will go back in and do the inside cover of it too. I feel like we're not supposed to have silence on these videos, but I'm not a huge talker, so I don't know how to just fill blank space. What I'm doing here, I'm going to go ahead and squeeze that glue and try to get it, go into all different areas of the cover of this thing. And then I'm going to trim the paper. I think I trim it. Pretty sure I trim it. And then, I lob off the corners so that I can get a nice fold on the corners of them. I'm right now trying to bend the spine and all the folds, just so that whenever it does dry, it'll already be kind of folded anyway. And it really did. It cracked in several spots there. That's why I went back in and used the orange felt end of that little tool to try to take out some of the tears in it or the cracks in it. My thought behind using the matte paper is that this thing's going to be small enough that you could actually put it in your purse or in your pocket. And it made me kind of think of a travel journal, you know, something small that if you're going to go hiking or anything like that, you can just toss it into your backpack and take it with you and stop and take pictures and put notes in it, knowing what the pictures were going to be that you would print when you get back home later. And I love the colors on that matte paper. Very vintagey looking. It ripped right there, but it didn't make any difference. I was gluing all that down anyway. If you watched the first video in this Butterbox series, you'll see that the pages, the papers that I used to make the signatures with are all pretty vintagey looking. They're, you know, coffee dyed, and I've got a few in there that I had been messing with paints, and I used those on there too, so kind of a mismatch of different papers that I wanted to put into it. And I apologize again for being a little out of the frame. I'm still getting used to making videos, so I will try the next one to angle my camera so that you see more of what my hands are doing. This is the stencil that I end up using on the inside of it. It's called Journey, and the website is www.darkroom, and that's what I was showing you was the name of that stencil. I'm using my walnut ink, and I'm just going to stencil. The inside paper is it's some kind of a digital that I had in my scrap bin, and I don't even, there's no way I could know where it had actually came from. I think I've had it for several years. This stencil has all kinds of words like discover and journey and trip and just different adventurous words, I guess you could say. And I thought that would be kind of neat to put on the inside cover of it. I did most of them in that direction. And then the next, after I finished this stenciling part here, the next one I do have to kind of turn it to get them to fit so that they're still readable. And I didn't press hard. I didn't want like a, really noticeable stenciling. I just wanted something kind of simple. So there's that. And then that is what I'm going to put on the inside cover. Again, using the tacky glue that I have. And I'll again use the orange part of that window tinting tool. And I'm pretty sure I got those on Amazon. If I do remember later, I'll try to link that for you. So there's the inside cover. And I think that pretty much does it for this one. I'll see you on the next one.